Hello, friends. It's Monday. A new week. Yes, I'm feeling a lot better today than I felt the previous week. So I'm really, really grateful for that. I'm really, really happy to be breathing well. And I was able to go to the gym today. I did a bar class, which was really, really awesome. It met my need. It really helped me to um, just ease back into my workout regimen and just to really be able to, just work through that. I feel like sometimes I can have a all or nothing mentality where it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm either gonna go work out. If I don't go every day, then I'm not gonna do it at all. And what I'm helping myself with is to just check in with Michelle and see, Michelle, what do you really need? And I really enjoy movement. I enjoy exercise. I enjoy being able to move my body and be active in that way. It really helps me. It helps me with my mental health. It helps me, it really helps me to overcome just different mental roadblocks just by moving my body. So going to bar class this morning was extremely helpful for me, and I'm very grateful for that. The instructor's awesome. She's great. And met a new friend in class, which was really cool. I went to a whole new class, whole new time slot. I usually go in the evenings, so I tried something new and went in the morning. And it was nice. It was actually very cool. So yes, I recently came across an article entitled How Our Brains Are Keeping Us from Enjoying Motherhood and How to Fix It. Now, I came across this article simply because I literally was searching on Google and I was looking for different articles about enjoying motherhood, to be specific, because I was really feeling like I was in a slump and feeling like I really needed to, I wanted to learn. I wanted to see what are other women out there going through. How are other women dealing with this, dealing with their day-to-day life, raising children, and taking care of the things that we as women do. And so in finding this article, it actually was really refreshing. It was really relieving to read from another woman, another mom's perspective. She's a professional. The woman who wrote the article, she just finished her license in marriage and family counseling. And I really appreciated her talking about how our brains work. I will leave a link to the article at the end of this video because I really think it's a great article to read. It's really cool. Like, it's just a really cool, easy read, and she gives different tips. She talks about, just how our brains operate and work. But the things that really stood out to me was when she referred to mindfulness as being a great tool and a great way for us to enjoy more. Now, she focused on motherhood, to be specific, but for me, I really am passionate about learning new ways to enjoy my overall life and how to make my overall living, how to live well. That's something I feel very passionate about. And so in the article, she talked a lot about mindfulness and just how to achieve mindfulness and what that really means. And I learned that mindfulness pretty much is basically thinking about where you actually are. In my own words, so to speak, what I took from mindfulness is that being in the space that I actually am living in at that moment, and being with the feelings, and actually being with if I'm with other people, being with the people that I'm with and communicating and connecting with them. If I'm by myself, really connecting and being with me. If I'm doing a certain activity, like this morning, I was at the gym doing bar class, like really being in bar class, not being in another conversation that I had previously, or thinking through my meal plan later on, or thinking through, I got to get my daughter after this, or just really throwing that off, really letting that go, and really being able to give myself to the experience that I'm actually in. And this has been a challenge for me because I tend to have an all or nothing thinking. I've learned recently in therapy that I can think about things in terms of I either do this or I don't do it at all. And that can really put me in a really challenging space mentally, where I can just feel like I'm not fulfilling the things that I want to fulfill, tasks, goals, instead of really saying, you know what, I went to the gym a couple times this week and I really enjoyed the class. Not only did I enjoy the class, I got to talk to someone new and I felt really good afterwards, and it really helped me. And so maybe I didn't get to the gym, the 4 days I wanted to go, but I went once or I went twice. And so there is a middle ground. So I'm learning right now in my life that, Michelle, give yourself to that middle place. Like, you don't have to, it's not all or nothing. It's not black and white. So mindfulness is definitely the opposite of all or nothing thinking. It's the opposite of being an autopilot. So I have to think about things in that terms. Like when I think about definitions of something, I think, well, what is it not? What is the opposite of this? And so the opposite of mindfulness is basically not being present, not being in the moment, just kind of getting up. And I don't know if you've ever had a day where you get up, you live your day, and at the end of the day, you're like, man, like, I'm tired, but I didn't really enjoy my task, because maybe we've seen them as mundane tasks, or maybe we haven't really put a lot of value, or maybe we've minimized those particular moments. And I was really impacted because I see in my own life how I can minimize a moment. I can minimize, washing the dishes, so to speak, which is the most mundane task. I mean, it's washing the dishes for me is not a place of, where I get my joy and freedom from. But I recently bought this new lavender dish liquid, just so when I'm washing dishes, I can smell the lavender. I can just have some enjoyment. No, it's not going to be something I'm skipping to do, and I'm not sitting up thinking, I can't wait to wash the dishes. But just that one switch, it changes my moment with washing the dishes. It changes my experience. And right now in my life, I'm really thinking about my experiences. I'm thinking about, how am I experiencing things? How am I showing up to my daily experiences? Like, each day is an opportunity to experience new feelings, to experience a new idea, to have a new idea, to actually connect with your child in a way that maybe you didn't before, or with your spouse in the way that you hadn't before, or just even with nature. Really, instantly today, I usually go to the gym in the evenings. And so with schedules changing, I've had to go at a different time. That's just my husband's work schedule is different. And then they closed down kids club at the gym. And so I've had to really work through my kids' school schedule and figure out when is another time that I could go. And at first I was really bummed because I made relationships in these classes. I really enjoy that teacher. So I had to let go and not have this black or white mentality where if I can't go to this person's class, that I'm not going, but to find other experiences, to be open to a new experience. So when I put it in those terms, I feel more intrigued. So I say all that to say, back to the article, that pretty much is what I define mindfulness as. It's really being involved in our experience, and what thoughts and what sensations are we having in those experiences. And for example, like right now in recording this video, having this conversation, I feel light. I feel gratitude. Like I really feel grateful. I feel like I'm able to just be. I feel really like I'm really thinking about what I'm saying. I'm really taking in. I'm feeling it. Like it really, I feel this warmth. I feel this ease. I feel this peace. And it feels good to just be here, to be in this moment. To almost, in a sense, I look at it as almost having like a tunnel vision. Like I'm only going to be right here, right now. Like this is where I'm going to be. And when it's time for me to pivot, or when it's time for me to transition to a new experience, that's when I would make that change, or that's when I would make that pivot. But right now, I'm going to be at peace with where I'm planted. And so in reading the article, that is something that I personally really learned and took from it, to be at peace with where I'm planted. In order to be at peace with where I'm planted, I have to pause. I have to pause. And then in order to be able to really fully pause, I need to participate in what's presently happening around me. Participation in the present brings about mindfulness. Participation in the present brings about mindfulness. And so that is what I'm personally working on, my intention for this week. And I want to encourage you to really ask yourself, what is your intention for this week? And my intention is, I am present. I participate in the present. I participate in the present. That is my intention. And I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to learning more about the relationships. Like when I'm talking with my husband, really looking at my husband and talking to him. When I'm interacting with my kids, when my son comes home from school today, really participating in that present moment of welcoming him home. When my daughter wakes up from her nap, really participating in that. And as I say that, I feel this like emotion come up because it's beautiful. Presence is beautiful. Presence, giving someone the gift of our presence, is priceless. It is absolutely priceless. And I feel this anticipation when I think about each part of my day as a new experience. It's a new opportunity to pause. It's a new opportunity to participate in the present. That really gives me joy. I really feel joy about that. And so I want to encourage you to really set your intention on participating in the present. If that fits well with you today, please join me in that this week, in participating in the present Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to like this video. I look forward to connecting with you again. Bye, friends.